Let's now turn to page 3 of this form. This section of the form is similar to the payments section of the Form 1040. Line 43 is where you record the total Wisconsin tax withheld, and line 44 is where you record any estimated tax payments you made during the year. For line 45, you would record any federal earned income credit, and to calculate the percentage to be used, refer to the instructions for this line. Your percentage to be used is dependent upon the number of qualifying children you have for earned income credit purposes. The last line I want to discuss is a homestead credit. Homestead credit is unique to the state of Wisconsin. To be eligible for homestead credit, your Wisconsin income, including some non-taxable income, would need to be less than $24,680. Let's look at the homestead credit form, Schedule H. If the taxpayer's Wisconsin income from Form 1, line 13, is more than $24,680, you would not be eligible for this credit. However, if your Wisconsin income is less than $24,680, you should complete this form to see if you're eligible for the homestead credit. Read through the questions on lines 1A through 6B. Answer those questions. As a student, you may want to note that if your parents are claiming you on their tax return, you will not be eligible for this credit. In looking at lines 7 through 10 on page 1 of this form, you should see that line 9 is where you would add in any non-taxable household income items. Because of these non-taxable household income, some taxpayers who would be eligible based on their Wisconsin taxable income could become ineligible by adding in these additional income amounts. For instance, in looking at line 9H, we know that scholarships used to pay for tuition and required fees are not taxable. However, for this credit, you must include that in with your taxable income. Also, line 9J has us adding in child support. We know child support is not taxable for federal or Wisconsin purposes, but it is household income and must be included when you calculate this credit. Let's look at page 2 of the homestead credit form. Line 11 is used to add back in some Wisconsin subtractions we took on page 1 of Form 1. This credit forces us to include all household income, and as you can tell, lines 9 and 11 are the places we would need to record these otherwise non-taxable income amounts. In the taxes and/or rent section of this form, lines 13 through 15 is where we would record the amount of rent paid and/or the current year's property taxes. To be eligible for this credit, if you are a renter, you must have your landlord complete a renter's certificate for you, and then you would need to mail this to the state of Wisconsin. If you're a homeowner, when you file your tax return, you would need to mail to the state of Wisconsin a copy of your current year taxes. There's been abuses in this credit, so the state does require anyone who is applying for this credit to mail the documentation to them. To calculate this credit, you would fill in lines 16 through 19. The homestead credit amount on line 19 would then be transferred to line 48 of Form 1. Once that amount is calculated and transferred to your Form 1, you can then total all of the payments and credits and then determine if you have a refund or an amount due on your taxes. I hope this instructional video has helped you gain an understanding of the Wisconsin tax forms. If you have further questions on the Wisconsin tax forms, please email me. Thank you.